Hi, how are you? Welcome in to Midnight's Travel Planning. Do you have an appointment? Yes, I think I remember talking to you. Let me just find you. Okay. And what was your full name? Yep. You're right on time. Sure, thanks for coming in. So I have you down, you're going to be traveling to Pennsylvania. Okay, and any special occasion? What brings you to Pennsylvania? Okay, so you have to go for a family thing and you just want to kind of do a little bit of sightseeing while you're around. Okay, great. Let me just make a note. Have you ever been there before? Okay. To Philadelphia? Okay. And what location are you going to, your family event? Alright. And you've been there before? Okay. And you'll be taking your own vehicle? Okay, so before we actually really get into the planning, I just want to start off with some questions, set up your profile, because we are going to probably book some things for you. Yeah. Okay, so before we get into that, I'm just going to show you the service list that we have. So I'm assuming you've never booked with us, correct? Because I didn't have your profile. Yeah. So this is our service list. And we obviously offer a variety of services, so, right. So some of those are, we can just do some, kind of go over with you some basic options that you have for travel, right? So that would just be a consult, and then that's kind of no follow-up there. Yeah. Then you have other options if you just take a look here. So your other options are to do a consult with follow-up itinerary. We don't book anything. We just say, on Monday you could do these things, Tuesday these things, and give you locations and things like that. Right? And then the other option right here is you get the consult, the follow-up with the itinerary, and then we book all the tickets or anything like that for you as well. And that's right here, and we have typically tourist discounts for those things, yeah. And then the final one down here is actually the most expensive one because we can actually organize your tour guides for you. If you're gonna go, this is typically more of like an overseas, if you're going to row over Paris and you really want like actual tour guide, but not as common in the States. Okay, so you're thinking option 2 probably. Yeah, so we would just go over some things today. I did pull a variety of books for you, different pamphlets and just options that we could kind of review for Pennsylvania. And then whatever you like, I do have my clipboard here to take notes. And I can get details for booking online right here live, and we'll just kind of make a little itinerary for you. I also grabbed this one. This is a tourism map of PA, and I can actually literally show you some of the maps and different sightseeing locations. So we've got options. So in option 2 though, I would basically follow up with you after this consultation, email you a list of the different attractions that you wanted to visit. And then I would just send you location and information, websites for them. And then you can kind of say, oh, that day I want to spend an hour there, hour here. You kind of make it up for yourself what you want to do when you go and how long you want to spend. Yeah, so you'll see that that's included there. And that would be an additional number 3. that would just be the $100 service fee for this consult and then the follow-up, and then that's it. Yeah, of course. So you're going to do option 2. Okay. Let me go ahead and just get that in your profile. And I did get your first name on the phone. What's your last name? Mm-hmm. Got it. And what's a good email for you? Okay, got it. And phone number. Okay, and what's your home address? And the zip? Okay, and do you have an address you're going to travel from? It helps me to give you kind of logistics for how long the travel time is going to be, things like that. Okay, go ahead. And what's that zip code? Thanks. Yep, I'll do that for sure. Okay, so you want to tell me a little bit about your trip, what you're hoping to achieve, is it more of countryside, city type tourist attractions, and then any attractions that you specifically want to visit? Okay, go ahead. Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, for people that don't travel as often, it's often more difficult for them to kind of give details of what they're looking for. So I can just ask you some questions. Yeah. So are you looking to have more of a leisure day or a very filled scheduled day? Okay. Good. And are you looking to do more like city attractions or countryside? Pennsylvania definitely has both to offer, but more on the countryside side of things. There's a lot of farming communities and more laid back areas rather than city and suburban. Okay, that matches what you're looking for. Okay. Perfect. Is there any areas you do not want to go to? Okay. And what kind of radius around the location that you provided did you want to stay in? Yeah, about 2 hours. Okay. And you're going to be staying for how long? 3 days. Okay. And you have hotel reservations already? Okay. From the address you gave me. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, we can figure something out with that as well. Okay, great. Are there any like recreational activities that you want to do, like zip lining, hiking? Okay. And will it just be you or you and others? You and one other person? And what's their age? Are they adult, child? Okay, so about the same age as you. Okay. And do you have any, you or the person you're traveling with, have any dietary restrictions? Okay. So I have pretty much the kind of information that I would need. So I can continue to check the internet as we move through things if you have specific questions, but going on, I'll probably do a little bit more writing. So I prefer to kind of write some of the itinerary because as we go through things, you're going to change your mind. You're going to jump from one to the other and say, oh, I'd rather do that Monday, or that's an option, but I don't know. I want to see what else there is to offer, that type of thing. Okay, so you're going to be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, correct? Okay. So I've just written down all 3 days. And as we go through, we'll just kind of talk about what day you might want to do one thing or do another thing. And I will make an itinerary for you. Now, are you a early bird or are you a night owl? Okay. I'm just going to add that to your profile. Okay. So I'll just start out showing you some magazines. Is that okay? Okay, let's get started. Okay. So like I said, I do have magazines here, quite a few. And these are all Pennsylvania magazines. So we'll take a look at these. Let me just grab this one first. So you said you're most interested in more recreational outdoor activities. They also have their travel guide for Pennsylvania from 2024, so this will come in handy. This is the official visitor's guide for Pennsylvania. It's very pretty. So let's just take a look at this. See if anything kind of catches your eye, okay? So I am going to show you here that it does break it down into winter, summer, and then some key holidays. And that would be like 4th of July, Christmas, that type of thing. Okay? So we'll go through based on that. And of course, I'm gonna do spring, summer, and then we'll just see what you think, okay? Yeah. So we do have a food truck festival coming up there, it looks like. So let's take a look. So for spring, we have some of these events here. So this says Springtime Delights. I'll just read off some of these to you. We have the Outdoor Adventures Amidst Blossoms, Antiquing Adventures, the Bird Watching Bliss, that is in Butler County, that's going to be near where you're going to be, Charming Towns in Full Bloom, and it just lists a few, and there are a couple near you, and then the Bakeries and Sweet Shops Tour. Any of those interest you? Okay. Uh-huh. And which other one? Okay. So right now I'm just going to list a few. Let's take a look at what else we have. There's also Moraine State Park, so I would admittedly say you'd most likely enjoy that a lot more. Let's see, Butler County. So for Butler County, since you already wanted to attend the Blooming one, the Blooming Adventure Tour, and you'll be in Butler for that, you might want to take a look at the historic trail. So this is here. Yep. And there's a lot of history in this area, as you probably know. this is Washington's Trail, and it follows George Washington's first military and diplomatic mission in 1753. So you can actually drive that just here and see some of these sites. And you could do that on your way or after the Blooming Adventure. Okay. I'll put that down. So, I didn't ask, but are you interested in visiting any museums or seeing any art? Okay. Not so much. Okay. So I was talking about also Moraine State Park, which will be near you. So you could do the Blooming Fest, the bakery tour, the Washington Road we just showed you, and then this is a picture of Moraine State Park. It's a gorgeous time of year to visit. You're going to be there during spring weather, very pretty. And just a couple things that you can do there. There's bike trails, lakefront cabins, trail of geology, driving tour and climb. You can rent a pontoon or a kayak or a canoe. They have golfing, disc golfing. They have, let's see, a waterfowl observation tour. You can hike a number of scenic trails, obviously. There's picnic areas. There's a charter cruise on the river. Yeah, that's a very popular one. And they also have cross-country skiing in the winter, but that wouldn't apply for spring, obviously. Okay, so you want to spend a day there, probably. Okay, and what day were you thinking? Tuesday. Or, I'm sorry, Mondays. Okay, so we'll put this one down. Let me check online really quick and make sure that their options for trail adventures and cruise line things aren't restricted on that day. So scheduling. Yeah, so since you picked package 2, we would send you the information, but if you needed tickets to something like the cruise ship or something, you'd need to do that yourself. Moraine State Park is free to enter, but then if you wanted to do like a boat ride or rent a boat, obviously you do have to pay. Yep. Okay, so they offer everything you want to do for the Monday, so that should not be any issue. I can list for you here, yeah. So you wanted to do the river cruise. What else? Okay. Anything else? That makes sense. Okay. Yes, they do have paddle board rentals. I'll make a note here for you. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I will obviously pass this to you as well. This is just a map of the park, and I'll just show you a couple areas that might interest you for what you said you wanted to do. So, again, this is your state park map. So, the biking trail that you mentioned is going to run. I'm just gonna run right along here. So if you just see where I've traced, right there, that's your normal biking trail, and I would say that's probably your safest bet. As far as your river cruise, you will start up here, and the river cruise will take you down the muddy creek. You can stop and picnic here, and then you will continue here on Lake Arthur. And it concludes at the Marine Outdoor Center here. So conveniently, when you start your cruise, you go down, and this is where the the picnic center area is. Then you go across and you finish here. That is where your bike trails start. So you can rent bikes at that outdoor center, and you could just bike the other side to the other side of the park if you wanted to. Yeah, and right here along the bus route, they do have bathrooms and just some food, boat services, so you could even just rent your own boat at that point if you wanted. Yep. And so you mentioned as well your picnic. Yeah. So I would recommend the Crescent Bay here, and you have Bear Run. You can just go when you're done your picnic. This is a beautiful walking trail, and you could just finish up there. Okay. No, I don't think that you're gonna see bears. That's called that. Okay, so that's looking like it's gonna take your whole day on Monday. So I think we have Monday squared away. So let's talk about your Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so mostly the rest of the resources in this magazine are from the state park. Yep, so I'm just going to leave this, I'm going to close this, and we're going to go to another one, but I will send this one home with you. Yep. Now, before you leave, I will show you your travel route as well. Now, would you like to, let's look at the Pennsylvania Travel Guide next, okay? This is a much more comprehensive resource. That one was more Butler County. Yeah. So, I just want to show you a few. You mentioned possibly caverning, which is, Pennsylvania is wonderful to look at and go visit some caverns. So maybe we could look at Sunday as a day for the caverns, because it is closer to the areas. Most of the caverns are closer to Butler, not there, but like an hour out. So what do you want? You want to do that? Okay, there's also some really good restaurants, so I can show you that as well. Okay, so let me just find that for you. So here's the page on the caves. So here are a lot of the cavern options. There's Crystal Cave, Lost River Cabins, Penn's Cave and Wildlife Park, Lincoln Caverns, and Whisper Rocks. Those are some of the top. I would probably for you recommend the Lost River Cabins. To see the mysterious Lost River and crystal formations by guided tours of natural limestone caverns. Enjoy the picnic grove, museum, gift shop, gem painting, and nature trail, open year-round. Okay. Okay, so we'll do caverns for Sunday, and you do want to do the Lost River Caverns. Okay. Sure. I'm going to add the phone number here for you. Yes. So the tour is free. Correct. You could also probably slip by one of the lakes that are nearby, and there's also a train museum if that interests you. Okay. Then I would say Pinnacle Trail. So hike. Oh, but that's the wrong day. Hike. Pinnacle Trail. Yeah, I think that's just open year round. Let me check. Yeah, it's open year round to the public for free. And then let's find you a restaurant. By the time you do the cavern tour and your hike, you're gonna want to probably relax for the rest of the evening. Please find something for you, okay? Okay, I think this is a good option. Okay. Or let's see if there's any others. Okay, so for that area, you're starting to get into the Lancaster area at that point. So I would probably recommend the I did circle them here for you. The Armstrong Valley Vineyard and Winery. Of course, they have a restaurant there. Taste Buds Kitchen, and it does have a multi-course menu. Or the City Food Tour Reading Terminal Market. If you wanted something to go quick or like to go out and picnic. Okay, so you want to do the Taste Buds Kitchen. Okay. Credits. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna set this one aside, and I do want to show you this one. This is for Hocking Hills, and you said you wanted to do like a waterfall day, looking at just sightseeing. Okay. So I think that this would be the one for you. So let's see. Definitely that one. Let me see if I can get you some better photos. There it is. So, Hocking Hills is just a beautiful nature preserve, and I definitely recommend visiting and making this an all-day event where you just kind of walk around and enjoy it. They have bird watching, they have picnics, they have the hike, they have just a lake area where you can relax. Here are some additional gorgeous photos of the wildlife. It's very, very relaxed. There's the crispy ball disc. Yep. So endless possibilities. So you said you do like sometimes to have a more open schedule. So I'm going to put Hocking Hills for Saturday for you. And this is going to give you a lot of just flexibility to kind of just have a free day. You're recuperating the first day after that family event. You want some, time to just kind of do what you want. So did you want me to list some of the options that you have that you're interested in to take a look at? Okay. So you have, you do have horseback riding. You wanted to do that? Okay. And your picnic. Now they do have a catered picnic lunch. So you would just pick your lunch up at the little base visitor center, and then you can walk around with it, go where you want. You want to do that? Okay, I'm going to add the phone number for you. Yep. Okay, what else were you interested in? Okay, you wanted a boat. Did you want to rent a boat with a motor? Okay, just a small, like, pontoon. Got it. Alright, and did you want fishing gear with that? 2 fishing poles. Great. And it is a catch and release unless you're permitted to actually catch and keep, okay? Alright. Anything else? No? Yeah. They do have a clay art and garden it's at Hocking House. Okay. Garden. Just put garden nightcap here. That is an option. It's very, very relaxing. Yeah. Okay, great. So I think we have a really good idea of what you want to do for your 3 days. I have everything written down. So now I'm just going to grab the map. Is that okay? Yep. And I'm going to just show you kind of what you're looking at for your adventure and your travel from your family location that you're starting at, okay? Let me see. I have a smaller map within here so I don't. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just start here in in Butler County, okay, because that's where you're actually going to start just outside here, okay. So I'll just circle that as your starting point. So you're going to take Route 99 that goes near Altoona. And you're going to just route upwards towards the State College area. Okay? Now here will be, we'll be reversed. Let me grab my clipboard. Yeah, so if you're going to start Saturday in Hocking Hills, you're going to want to probably get a bed and breakfast around this area here. The Vale. Yep. So I would recommend that. It gives you a good early start to Hocking Hills, which is located just outside of the city there. A little star. Alright? Correct. The second day, you're gonna start heading a little bit east towards the Lost River Cavern. So I'm just gonna trace your route, okay, in red. Route 45. Okay, so that's about an hour drive, and then you want a bed and breakfast here for the night. Then you get up in the morning, your Lost River Cavern. This is literally right here, but another star, okay. And then you can either stay the night, which probably after that you're gonna want to very nice night, like downtown area there. And you're gonna head to Moraine State Park the next morning or that night to bed and breakfast somewhere near. I'm gonna trace that route for you. That's going to lead you right down here in this area here, okay? A lot of greenery there, a lot of beautiful nature. that'll be your final day, and this will actually be perfect because it's going to position you back near Highway 99 over here, and you can head right back home from that highway this way. Okay, so that'll be your whole trip. Yep, and it just gives you an idea of where you're going to be at in the state, kind of what roads to look for, and the proximity of your trip, of your travel locations for your trip, okay? Okay, so you feel good about everything on the map? Okay, perfect. So I will just hold this up for you. And then if you're interested, you can take this with you, okay? I'm just going to set that over here. Put that with your magazines. Okay, so just going to confirm everything. We have Hocking Hills on Saturday with horseback riding, the picnic pickup, and I have that number for you. Your boat and pontoon rental with 2 fishing poles and the garden nightcap for the evening. On Sunday, you're visiting Lost River Caverns. There's the phone number. You're doing a guided tour of the caverns, a hike on Pinnacle Trail, and then you're visiting Taste Bud's Kitchen for dinner that night. On Monday, you're going to go to Moraine State Park. You're going to do the river cruise, a hike, a picnic, and then paddleboard. Okay, anything you would like to add here? Okay, let me just go ahead and get everything here sent to you, and I'll send this home with you as well. Alright, so I've sent that to your email, and there's also a link to log into the portal to see that the notes I took today, okay? I am going to send you home with the Hocking Hills Guide, the Pennsylvania Travel Guide. I did mark the stuff in there that you're interested in, and the Butler County Travel Guide as well. Okay, there's that. I will actually just throw this map in for free for you. Yep, no problem. And then I will also include this, which is just a written itinerary that we made today, and that's also been emailed to you. Okay? You're welcome. It was a pleasure. I hope you have a safe and wonderful trip, okay? Maybe I'll see you again. You too. Bye-bye.